You ever stop and think about what's actually happening in that split second after you tap your card to buy a coffee? I mean, it feels instant, doesn't it? But behind the scenes, there's this incredible, high-speed dance going on between banks, security systems, and the shop's register. Today, we're going to pull back that curtain and put together the pieces of this modern payment puzzle.
Right, so just imagine you're running a business. Let's say it's a super popular food truck. You've got people wanting to pay with their credit cards, others are tapping their phones, some want to scan a QR code. And at the exact same time, online orders are flying in. How on earth do you manage all that without, a dozen different gadgets cluttering up your tiny workspace? That's the exact headache we're going to unpack.
So, let's dive into the first piece of this puzzle. We got to understand just how tricky this whole payment thing has become for businesses out there on the front line.
And here's the thing you have to realize. It's not just about taking one type of payment anymore. A modern restaurant has to deal with someone paying right there at the counter, a server taking a payment at the table, a customer ordering ahead on their phone, and an order coming in from their website. In the past, all of these were totally separate systems, which, as you can imagine, was a massive operational nightmare.
Okay, so you have this really common problem. But where there's a problem, you can usually find specialists working on a solution. And in this case, that solution comes from a really smart partnership between two companies, a software whiz, QuickPOS, and a hardware and security veteran, Magtech. The way these two companies work together is just perfect. Think of it like this. QuickPOS is the brain of the operation. They're the software command center. They were founded back in 2015, and they built this all-in-one system that manages everything. Orders, inventory, you name it. Then, on the other side, you have Magtech. Now, these guys have been around since 1972, so they are the absolute masters of the physical hardware. They're the secure hands that actually take your payment. One provides the brains, the other provides the brawn and the security.
All right, so we've got the brain and we've got the hands. But how do they actually, work together? Let's take a closer look at the specific tech that makes this whole partnership click.
First up, let's talk hardware. Meet the Dynaflex 2 Go. Honestly, the best way to think about this little gadget is as a universal translator for payments. It's built from the ground up to understand pretty much any payment language a customer wants to speak.
And that versatility is everything. So, whether a customer wants to tap using NFC, that's the tech inside Apple Pay and Google Pay, or dip their chip card, swipe an old-school magnetic stripe, or even scan a QR code, this one single device does it all. That kind of flexibility solves a huge chunk of the puzzle for the business.
But hold on. That just covers you when you're paying in person. What about all those online orders? Well, that's where the software side of security comes into play, with a cloud service called Magenza Token Exchange. You can think of it like a digital Fort Knox for online payments, designed to keep all that sensitive data locked up tight.
It all works using this really clever process called tokenization. So instead of your real credit card number flying across the internet, the system swaps it for a secure, one-time use token. It's kind of like checking your coat at a restaurant. You hand over your valuable coat, and they give you back a simple little claim ticket. The merchant uses that ticket to get paid, but they never actually have to handle your valuable credit card details. It's so simple, but it's incredibly secure.
So, you've got secure hardware for your in-person sales, and you've got secure software for your online sales. But the real magic, the real game changer here isn't just the individual pieces, it's how they connect. Merging the physical and the digital payment worlds into one single, seamless system.
And this integration, it's absolutely critical. I mean, listen to what QuickPOS's COO, Ming Yi, has to say about it. With online sales just exploding, having a unified system like this isn't just a nice-to-have. For any modern business, it's absolutely essential if you want to compete and grow. So here's how that unified flow works, broken down into 3 simple steps. First, the customer pays. Doesn't matter how, doesn't matter where. Second, that transaction is instantly secured by Magtech's technology, whether it's physical hardware or digital software. And finally, this is the best part. All that information flows into one single place, the QuickPOS management system. No more juggling different reports, no more chaos. Okay, so we've gone through a bunch of tech. But what does it all really mean for the business owner who's just trying to make a living? Or for you and me, who are just trying to buy our lunch? Let's connect the dots here.
It really is a win-win situation.
For the business owner, the benefits are huge. Their operations are streamlined. They get top-notch security, one system for everything, and technology that's ready for the future. And for us, the customers, well, the experience is just better. We get to pay however we want, the whole process is fast and smooth, and maybe most important of all, we can feel confident that our personal data is safe.
This quote from MagTech CEO Andy Dignan just hits the nail on the head. The ultimate goal here is to give businesses the confidence they need to succeed in today's constantly changing world. At its heart, it's really about empowerment through smarter technology.
So the next time you tap your phone to pay, you'll know about the really elegant solution that's humming away behind the scenes. And all that seamlessness leaves us with a big question for the future. As payments get even faster and more invisible, what do you think the next great leap forward for customer convenience is going to be?